All right, let's dive in. Today, we're going to break down a trading system that's designed to do one thing and do it really, really well. Cut through all the market chaos and give you a super clear mechanical way to trade.
You know that feeling, right? Staring at a chart with blinking lights, a dozen different indicators all telling you different things. It's just pure information overload. That kind of chaos, well, it leads to hesitation, emotional trades, and just plain bad decisions. But what if you could just make it all go away?
We'll say hello to Renko. See, unlike your normal charts that are all about price and time, Renko throws time right out the window. It only cares about one thing: price. A new brick only gets drawn on the chart when the price moves a certain amount that you decide. And the result? It's this beautiful, clean, simple chart that shows you the real trend without all that distracting noise.
Okay, so to make this magic happen, we've got to start at the very beginning, the foundation. That means setting up your chart the right way. And I'm not kidding, this is probably the most important step in the whole process. If you get this part right, everything else just clicks into place.
All right, so the first big decision you have to make is choosing your brick size. This is what tells the chart how much the price needs to move before it draws a new brick. For the Indian markets, these percentages are a fantastic starting point. If you're trading NIFTY or BANKNIFTY, you're going to be looking at something in the ballpark of 0.4% to 0.6%. For individual stocks, you want a slightly bigger brick, maybe 0.8% to 1%. Now, there's a real philosophy to picking your brick size. Think of a bigger brick, like the turtle in the race. It's slower, it filters out a ton of the small, meaningless moves, and it gives you fewer signals. But those signals are often for much safer, longer-term trades. On the other hand, a smaller brick is like the rabbit. It's fast, it reacts to everything, and it gives you a lot more signals for quicker trades. Neither one is better. It's all about what fits your personality. Okay, now for what might be the most important rule of all. And I mean this. You put no other indicators on the chart. I mean it. No RSI, no MACD, no Bollinger Bands. Zip. Nada. The entire point of using Renko is to get clarity. The second you start adding other stuff, you're just pouring all that noise we tried to get rid of right back into the mix. The chart is the indicator. So now that we've got this beautifully clean chart, we can finally focus on what gives us our real edge: reading the market structure. And don't worry, this isn't some super complex analysis. It's actually a really simple visual skill that Renko makes incredibly easy to see.
So how do you know you're in an uptrend? Honestly, it's as simple as looking at a staircase climbing up. You'll see a clear pattern of green bricks making higher highs and higher lows. It's just one green brick after another, stepping up. When you see that, you're in an uptrend. There's just no second guessing it.
And you guessed it, a downtrend is just the exact opposite. It's a staircase heading down. You're looking for that clear pattern of red bricks making lower lows and lower highs. It looks like a waterfall of red bricks, signaling that the sellers are completely in charge. The clarity is just undeniable. Now listen up, because this could be the single most profitable piece of advice in this entire breakdown. If you look at your chart and you can't immediately see one of those clear staircases, if it's just a choppy, messy mix of red and green bricks going sideways, the rule is dead simple. You do absolutely nothing. That's a market with no structure, and a market with no structure is where traders go to lose money. So we just stay out. Okay, so we've got our chart set up, we know how to spot a trend. What's next? Now we get to the fun part, the actual playbook for getting in and out of a trade. This is where we put it all together. All right, let's walk through the classic buy setup. This is your bread and butter. First, you see that clear uptrend, right? The green staircase. But here's the key. You do not chase the price up. Instead, you wait patiently for a little dip, a small pullback. Usually it's just 2 or 3 red bricks against the trend. Your entry signal is the very first new green brick that forms and closes. That's your confirmation that the uptrend is back on. You enter right there. And for the sell setup, it's literally the mirror image of what we just talked about. You spot that strong downtrend, that waterfall of red bricks. You wait for a tiny rally, a little pullback of maybe 2 or 3 green bricks, and the moment a brand new red brick forms and closes, boom, that's your signal. The sellers are back, and you enter the sell. It's mechanical, it's repeatable, and it takes the emotion right out of the equation. Okay, before we get all excited about profits, we have to talk about something way more important: survival. In trading, your ability to manage risk is everything. Your stop loss. It isn't a suggestion. It's the one thing that guarantees you get to play tomorrow.
And the beauty of this system is how ridiculously simple it makes this. Your stop loss is always placed 2 bricks away from your entry. That's it. If you're buying, your stop goes 2 bricks below your entry brick. If you're selling, it goes 2 bricks above. No complicated math, no guessing. It's a fixed mechanical rule.
All right, let's talk about getting paid. The first way to take profits is the simple, conservative route. If your risk is 2 bricks, which it always is, then you set your profit target at 4 bricks away. This gives you a perfect 1-to-2 risk-to-reward ratio. It's a clean, simple way to make sure your winning trades are always bigger than your losing ones.
But now, let's look at the professional's exit. This is how you catch those monster trends. Instead of a fixed target, you trail your stop loss. So let's say you're in a buy trade. Every time a new green brick forms, you just move your stop loss up to 2 bricks below it, and you stay in that trade, riding it all the way up, until one single solitary brick of the opposite color, a red brick, closes. That's your signal to get out and take your profit.
You know, you can have the best system in the world, but it's totally useless without the discipline to actually follow it. So this last part, this is about the real secret weapon that makes it all work, your mindset and your habits. Believe it or not, when you trade really matters. For the Indian markets, the best trends usually happen in 2 key windows: the morning session from about 9:30 to 11:30 and the afternoon from 1:30 to 3. And here's a big one: stay away from the first 10 minutes of the market open. It's just chaos. Same goes for big news events. Just sit on your hands.
So let's wrap up with a quick checklist of the biggest traps to avoid. Think of these as the cardinal sins of Renko trading. Don't trade when you see that choppy, sideways miss. Avoid overtrading just because you're bored. Don't keep changing your brick size every day. Find one and stick to it. And please, never, ever try to trade against the main trend. Trust me, these are the things that will wreck your account if you let them.
And that really brings us to this one quote that sums up the entire mindset. With Renko, we are not trying to predict the future. We're not fortune tellers. We are simply seeing what is happening right now, a clear trend, and we are participating in it. It's a huge mental shift, right? You stop trying to be a psychic and you start being a reactor. Okay, let's talk real numbers for a second because this is super important. This system is not going to win 90% of the time. It's not even close. You should expect to win somewhere between 45 and 55% of your trades. You will take small losses. But here's the key. The money isn't made by being right all the time. The money is made because your wins are way, way bigger than your small, controlled losses. So I'll leave you with this question. What would actually change for you, for your trading, if you just stopped trying to predict the future and instead just focused on participating in what's happening right now? That right there is the clarity that Renko trading can bring.